Happy Monday! Welcome to a week in my life as a manifesting generator. I thought it'd be fun to walk you through what a different week in a life looks like based on an energy type. 33 of my fellow followers here, percentage-wise, generally speaking, will be manifesting generators, or 33% of the population more accurately is man-gens, because I do have a lot of projectors that are here too, which I'm thankful for. But this is what my Monday is looking like right now. It's a slow and steady start to the week. I had one meeting this morning at like 12:30. It's like 2:45 now, and I'm getting over the vid. I've literally been sick for the entire month of January. See, that's literally what's happening. And my brain has been totally like foggy because of, the big C. So I've been enjoying some coffee. A lot of you guys know, I drink my coffee at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon for my second cup, and have a little bit of a different way that I'm going about my week. But I just thought it'd be cool to show you a little behind the scenes of like what it looks like, what I'm doing today, because it's Monday. I always take Monday as like my version of a Sunday anyway, so it worked really well. And then Manny, my fiance, was on a work trip, and he was also sick, so he had today off too, for that reason. So we're getting back to it in a slow and steady way for the week. A lot of the transits are going through Capricorn. And today the moon is in Capricorn, which is my 12th house. So it's always a little bit of a slower and steadier pace for me when the moon is in my 12th house, which is true for a lot of us. So if you look at your rising sign and then look at the sign that comes before it, right? So I'm an Aquarius rising, the sign before it is Capricorn. That's how you can find out what your 12th house is, generally speaking, if you use whole sign and a little bit of Placidus too. Okay, so on the agenda for Monday afternoon, because Monday is ruled by the moon, you always want to look at your moon sign to know how Mondays will generally feel for you. That's why so many of us are like, blah, on Mondays, hence the Sunday scaries too. But I always start working like way later. A lot of you know that I don't take any meetings or readings before 12 p.m. In the afternoon for that reason. So I'm going to be filming some content today. I took it obviously a little bit slower this afternoon, and just going to prepare for the week ahead. So you'll see a lot of my posts in this sweater and in my red, and maybe a few outfit changes just to vary up the content and the aesthetic of the content too. What do you want to say to the people?
I love you.
I love you. Thank you to my fans.
Thank you to my fans.
What did I teach you today? Say, I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl. What do you say? I love you.
I'm just a boy and I love you.
I love you. So I just got home from my special day with my niece, and we hung out with my girlfriend Olivia and her son Killian, who's 6. They're a year apart. My niece is 5. My niece is a manifester, and of course, in true, like man-gen fashion, I'm like, oh, I'm here now. My sacral just wants to be tied. I have to get better at remembering to film as I go throughout my day. But it's cute because, as you guys saw in the last clip, she's a manifester. And a lot of what I practice when I'm with her, and why her mom always says she's so excited, always so excited to see you, like you just get her. She's a Sagittarius and Virgo moon. But I really let her lead with proper framework for what she wants to do. It's so funny because she's not somebody as a kid when you sometimes give them free reign, that takes advantage of that, or that is a kid that's well, I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to get this and I want to buy all the toys in Target and that kind of stuff. She very much knows what she wants in true manifestor fashion, and isn't afraid to vocalize what her needs are. If she doesn't want me to play the music in the car because she gets sleepy towards the end of the night, she's like, no, I don't want to listen to that song. No more music. We had our sing-along time, Aunt Brenna, I'm good. Just so funny to see how manifestor and our energy type, really, especially for manifestors, because you guys are only 9 to 10% of the population, but how you know what you want when you want it. And I admire that so much in manifestors, and that it's not really about, especially for manifestor children, having to parent them, right? It's a lot of doing what is appropriate to teach her the right way to go about things. And but she's so sweet, so polite, and just so sure of herself that any way that I can encourage that behavior, and all of my manifestors collectively here, But just like, especially in her as a Virgo moon, right? As a manifestor with a Virgo moon, I attract a lot of Virgo moons, so you guys will know in childhood. If you are a Virgo moon and you have something that you wish that somebody did for you as a kid, let me know in the comments below, because it'll help me help her, you know, in the way that I can with as her auntie, and her being my niece. But I would love to hear from a Virgo perspective or a manifestor's perspective. As well. I think a lot of it probably comes down to you guys just being wishing that the adults in your life believed you more, and that they heard you more, if I had to guess. Not to put words in your mouth after I asked you a question, but I definitely felt like this was my first day, like after being sick. I had bronchitis and then I had the vid, as you guys know, right after. My physical manifestation of just reflecting on that, and a lot of this being tied to the new moon in Aquarius, and just, you know, I had a fellow mutual client, I should say, that had said, you know, in my DMs on Instagram, like, this is just such a time that's preparing you to upgrade. And I really feel that right now. You know, I'm Aquarius rising, as I've said multiple times throughout many of my videos. Hi, if you don't know, I'm Brenna. I'm an Aquarius rising, Pisces Sun, Scorpio moon, but really paying attention to how transformative like this year is going to be. And I just made an extended version about like specific things in my Patreon. I give you guys who are in my Patreon, as a lot of you know that are here watching it, exclusive access to content that's just for them, about the transits, other things that I've done, like more research on, to make you guys more informed. But in all of that to say, basically just being aware of how you're transforming with the new moon in Aquarius. It's not just like the new moon or the first new moon of the year, but like the new moon is going to set the tone for how we show up the rest of the year. So really important to pay attention what house that's in for you, or multiple houses. I prefer to use Placidus, but I encourage you to use whole sign if you're just starting off in astrology too. So any questions about that, you guys can let me know. But yeah, I'm gonna get ready to get into bed, just do my little, if you see in my first vlog, my top 6 things that I have to get done tomorrow. And then we're going to do something really fun, which I'll show you guys in the next clip. So, or next clip or few. I haven't decided what order I'm going to do this yet, obviously. But yeah, happy Mars Day. I hope you guys feel really accomplished today, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Hi guys. So it is Wednesday, January 29th. I'm used to my favorite Florida water. I haven't used this in a while. It smells just like even a really nice, like botanical, I would say more cologne than perfume. Eau de toilette, if you will. But it is the new moon in Aquarius, so we're going to do some new moon planning today. I just want to do some journaling before we go to the Phillies game that we're going to be going to, my fiance and I, so you'll get to see a little bit of him in a little bit. But I'm in my office. I have my computer open here. I was doing a special little video for my Patreon members about more like in-depth, useful information about the new moon in Aquarius. I may have said full moon by accident. I feel like the vid brain takes a minute to go away. But yeah, so we're going to do a Phillies game tonight. He got the VIP for us, so I'm excited for that because we got upgraded a little bit to enjoy like the food that they have there. So I'll take you guys along with me for that. But the new moon today in Aquarius is the first new moon of the new year of 2025. And kind of how I'm looking at it is based on what house it's in. So for me, it's in most of my first house because I'm Aquarius rising and Aquarius rising. So first house generally is Aquarius for me. And I have my Mars and my Mercury that are also there. So if you're an Aquarius Mercury, or a lot of people know air Mercuries, we talk very quickly and we channel very quickly also. So that's been fun for you guys to reflect back to me as I share more about that. But yeah, so looking at the house that Aquarius is in for you, even if you're seeing this, obviously you guys are going to be seeing this a few days after the actual new moon. You could still take advantage of it on Friday, doing a little ritual, just being intentional about working with the lunation, for what you want to manifest, what you're looking to call in. So since it's my first house, it's like a little bit of reputation, self-image, who I surround myself with, things along those lines, and doing a little bit of, stuff like that. So I've been showing up and showing out, and finally felt like more comfortable, not even more comfortable, I would say, but like healthy enough to be online again and sharing more excuse me, as I cough, and looking at this new moon in that way. So I'll be working on that a little bit. I have a PDF that I have to make today. Today's obviously Wednesday, ruled by Mercury. So all about communication, getting back to some emails. I've been slow and steady getting back to emails. Emails are like the worst way to contact me because it always takes me the longest to get through emails. Especially again, being a solopreneur, doing this all on my own. It's not easy when you're sick. It like you take a productivity notch down, or no, you're notched down in productivity, definitely. So yeah, so I'll be working on that and then doing some social media stuff and Patreon stuff before we go to the Phillies game. So just usual boring behind the scenes. A lot of the time I'm on my computer for work. So I try to, not bore you with staring at, time lapses of me on the computer too much. My little furry man. It is super windy here, and what's really interesting is something that I was learning from one of my older astrologers that I consult every now and again, is that the winds of change, literally and metaphorically, because we have some Uranus energy in Taurus this year coming through, and especially come like March and April, there's going to be some interesting, unique weather events, weather patterns, especially when it comes to a very water dominant year. We have a lot of activity in Pisces, which is my sun sign. Yay for me this year. So if you have any fellow Pisces placements, know that. And that it's just a year of shifts and a lot of fast winds of change. And to not let yourself get like too wrapped up in that is important. I've even felt it today, like just as I have an undefined agita in human design. That means that second triangle down from the top down in your human design body graph is undefined. 70% of the population has it undefined. So you're in the majority if you have it undefined. And feeling like my head is getting dragged around, and something that I keep coming back to that I actually shared with one of my mentees who's a Libra, an air sign, that like I don't want to live a rushed life. I don't want to live a life where I'm rushing from one thing to another. And if that means that I operate a little bit slower, or that it takes me a little bit longer, whatever that means in terms, time is irrelevant, right? Time is a construct, to achieve my goals, then I'm okay with that, because it allows me to enjoy the present moment. And I think for a lot of us, like myself, who has gate 28 in their human design body graph, we feel like we have to rush to the destination. I'll be happy when, I'll be satisfied when, but really it's a matter of constantly reminding ourselves how to get happy, how to be aligned, and how to be radically present, especially if we have a sacral authority in the current moment, because we can't manifest a future of alignment, of security, of calm, of peace without integrating that into the now. And that's what it means to take action on our manifestations in real time. Where are we going?
Flyers game, baby.
I love you. Ready?
To the Flyers game, baby.
This is for my YouTube.
I know.
Happy Jupiter day of expansion and abundance. Today is the day after the new moon in Aquarius, which feels good. I feel like I'm finally like reviving myself. I had I actually blocked off Tuesday and Wednesday for booking any readings, and I had my first reading of the week today. Mondays I always take off from readings. It's kind of, I was mentioned before, it's like my Sunday. But today was my first reading. That I had with a woman named Michelle, who was looking for career guidance. I get a lot of folks that are looking for career guidance, and just a lot of folks that have been really like feeling the transits we have Uranus that was retrograde, Jupiter and Mars, and a lot of you, Michelle included, had a Mars in Leo, Cancer, like one of those signs that have been affected, especially by the retrograde. So kind of crazy. It's crazy even like just seeing the news and everything that happened today. I feel like there's something new every single day. So a newsletter that I was writing today that'll go out tomorrow or Friday is in reference to like starting to do other readings here on this platform for YouTube Live on Wednesdays, just to be able to hold space more for like having more conversation and readings if anyone wants to book one ever, for like the challenging things that are happening and like feeling like, okay, how can I constantly provide a place in a sustainable way for me that I can help my people ground, because everyone is feeling very untethered right now. And I feel like I'm kind of always like that because I have so much air and water in my chart. My only two or three earth placements are my Chiron, my Uranus, and my Neptune in Capricorn and Virgo. So it's interesting to see how that kind of like plays out, with like being so airy and watery, but being an incredible grounding force for people when they feel that way, because I think I'm just used to it all the time. So yeah, I was gonna go to my bar class today too, but I ended up canceling that in true manifesting generator fashion, because I was like, I don't feel like I can push myself to do exercises just yet after like just kind of being in this healing space or needing to heal a little bit more. And so I also have to go to the food store because we're like basically out of everything, because Manny was away, my fiance, on a business trip last week. So I was just like girl dinner every meal basically. So I'm gonna go to the grocery store, get some stuff for us, and then come back and do a little bit more work before I hop on to TikTok Live to see you guys over there. Okay, so I'm going to do a little meal prep before the weekend, and marinate some meat for tacos a little bit later. I want to have this ready to go. We're actually going out on Saturday. Today's obviously still Thursday, for one of my friends' birthdays, who's a beautiful Aquarius. So I wanted to have like this kind of ready to go for tomorrow, so that as I finish editing this video and doing a couple other things, I wouldn't have to worry about cooking too much either and trying to do all like the multitasking at one time. But yeah. I'm gonna enjoy my little homemade pizza of sorts, have a little coffee, some water, and then get back to doing some admin work on my computer. Happy Venus Day. I figure it would be apropos to get ready on, do a little get ready with me for doing a little Target run. As I talk about, one of the things that I talked about yesterday, but I actually got cut off by CarPlay. I thought that it was picking up my audio, but it wasn't, and those are little things that can really like be exhausting, especially as a manifesting generator that's like doing a bunch of different things at a time. But what I was mentioning that I wanted to like make sure that I included in this vlog for you guys is analysis paralysis as a manifesting generator, and how to get over that or how to deal with that. And so one of the main things that I do when I feel like there's something that I need to do, and yesterday it's in reference to the grocery store, like we needed food in the house. And yeah, I could Instacart, but by the time I do all of that and like pay the extra fees and wait for them to come and blah, 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 I just could go to the store and come back, right? It's like not like far. And so I only allow myself like 5 minutes. I mean, I've been practicing. Don't always do this, but most days what helps me is that if it's something that I know that I have to do, I'll spend like 5 minutes thinking about it, most about like how I don't want to do it or how, I want to be doing something else, whatever. And then just get out of the house, go and just do that thing. I don't allow myself to sit and get myself further into that spiral. And that really helps, because when you're a sacrally defined person in human design, it allows you to not waste so much of your physical energy with your brain power, right? Like that's a big thing for us sacral manifesting generators and just anyone, even if you have an emotional authority as a generator, manifesting generator, to get out of your head and into your body. And so that's been one of the things that has really helped me a lot, is just to be like, okay, I know that I don't want to do this thing, but the more that I spend time thinking about how much I don't want to do it, the more energy I give that thought and that feeling. and it just ends up exhausting me mentally and physically, and I overthink it instead of just being like, okay, let me just go ahead and go out and do the thing that I have to do. And same goes for like computer work, or like for, I know a lot of you that are on here with me work a 9-to-5 job, to just like not overthink about how I was saying this on live last night actually, like when you know that you have to do something, to not constantly think about how tired you'll be at the end of the day, but like how you just want to be where your feet are and do what you can to the best of your ability to get through what you have to do in the next 30 minutes, you know, the next hour, whatever, the next day, and to not worry about like perfection of like what the outcome is going to be with whatever the thing is that you're doing, and just being worried about it getting done is very much so a good manifesting generator tip. I posted that for generators as well on my Instagram last week, like 20 minutes of doing something is better than 20 hours of thinking about it. And that quote alone is worth its weight in gold for like teaching you how to think about your design in that way, and how you can use this like information to actually help you rather than give you more things to think about or more things to do. It's like those basic steps really do help so much so. But I will leave you guys with that tip. I hope that you enjoyed this vlog this week. Just as a little bit of a different pace, a little bit of a different teaching style, some things that I can include that to show you how I live my human design in real life, like some of the things that have really helped me understand what it means to be a manifesting generator. And as always, if you guys have any questions or anything you want me to cover, I'm happy to do that in vlog format and regular video format, to just give you guys some ways that you can use this information practically, because I always say like, this is cool, but why should you care about it if you can't figure out a way for it to be integrated into your real life? So I'm wishing you a beautiful Venus day, and I will see you guys next Friday.